I am 85 years old. At this age, a person does not count years anymore. He counts memories. Years are just numbers on paper. Memories are what give them weight. And when I sit quietly and count my memories one by one, I realize something surprising. I never feel lonely. I live alone, yes, but I am not lonely. People who visit my house see only what their eyes allow them to see. They see an old man sitting silently, often by the window or in the same chair near the wall. To them, I am just another elderly man passing time in stillness. What they do not know is that inside this silence, an entire world is alive and moving. My quiet is not emptiness, it is fullness. My home is not merely built of bricks and walls, it is a living witness to my life. Every corner carries a memory. Every crack in the wall has seen laughter, arguments, prayers, and tears. This house has grown old with me. It remembers things even when people forget. I wake up very early in the morning, much earlier than I used to. Sleep has now become a guest. It doesn't come every night, and when it does, it never stays long. I sit up on my bed and spend a few moments simply looking at my hands. These hands were once strong, very strong. They worked endlessly. They held my wife's hand with confidence, lifted my children when they were small, and carried the heavy responsibility of life without complaint. Now these hands tremble, but my memories do not. My memories walk straight, firm, and clear. They do not stumble the way my body sometimes does. I slowly get up and make myself tea. The sound of the kettle boiling fills the kitchen, and that sound comforts me. It reassures me that I am not completely alone in the world. Tea with toast, the same old habit. Habits are the greatest companions of old age. When people leave, habits stay. They give structure to days that would otherwise melt into each other. It has been 12 years since my wife passed away. After she left, the house became cleaner and much quieter. Earlier, she used to fix everything before I even noticed something was wrong. Now I talk to myself while fixing things. I ask myself questions. I answer them too. It's a strange thing, but when a person is alone for long enough, he becomes his own best friend, and sometimes his own harshest critic. I often talk to her, to that chair across from me that looks empty but in truth never is. I tell her about my day. I tell her who passed by the house, which bird made noise in the morning, which memory hurt a little today. I don't imagine her answers anymore. I don't need to. Her presence lives in listening. The window is my doorway to the world. From there, I watch life move forward while I remain still. Children rush to school laughing, their bags heavier than their worries. Youth always seems to be in a hurry, as if it believes time is endless and waiting just for them. I used to be like that too. We all were. Sometimes neighbors ask me, "Don't you get bored living alone?" I smile. How do you explain to someone that boredom belongs only to those who have nothing to say to themselves? Silence frightens people who have never listened inward. In the afternoons, I go to the park, the same path, the same bench. My steps are slow now, but they are steady and certain. I don't rush anymore. There is nowhere left to arrive. People come and go. Some sit beside me but remain lost in their phones. I often feel that they are lonelier than I am, surrounded by people yet far from themselves. I feed the birds. One bird in particular waits for me every day. Perhaps it is alone too, or perhaps, like me, it has learned that being alone does not mean being lonely. Sometimes a child comes up to me and asks, "Uncle, why do you come here every day?" I tell them, "So I can remember that I am still alive." Back home, I take out old photographs. Every photograph is a story. My wedding day, 2 nervous smiles pretending to be brave. Our first home, small but full of dreams. My children's first day at school, their hands clinging tightly to mine. Every picture hides both a tear and a smile. Time never gives one without the other. I feel regret sometimes for the words I never said when I had the chance, for the moments I sacrificed in the name of responsibility and work, for believing that there would always be time later. But then I remind myself, at that moment in life, I did as much as I understood. We cannot judge our past with the wisdom of our present. Forgiveness is the greatest gift of old age, forgiving yourself. As evening falls, the house grows quieter. Shadows stretch longer. Sometimes I turn on the radio. Old songs play, songs in which time seems to pause. When I close my eyes, I can almost feel my wife sitting beside me humming softly. I don't open my eyes. Some things are more real when unseen. At night, sleep behaves unpredictably. Some nights it comes early, some nights very late. On those restless nights, I talk to life itself. I ask whether I lived well, whether I loved enough, whether I was kind when it mattered. Silence answers, and silence, surprisingly, is enough. I know death is near. This thought does not frighten me. Fear belongs to those who leave life unfinished. I do not feel unfinished. I loved, I failed, I learned, I forgave. I was human, fully and honestly. People think old people are lonely. They are wrong. We are not lonely. We are simply distant from noise. Inside us lives a great sound of memories, of prayers whispered silently, of gratitude for mornings we were allowed to see. If today you look at me and think that I am lonely, remember this. Loneliness does not come from being without people. Loneliness comes from being distant from yourself. And today, at 85 years of age, for the first time in my life, I am very close to myself. I am alone, but I am not lonely. And when one day I leave this world, let my story remain behind, resting quietly somewhere, becoming courage for someone, becoming peace for someone else.